Dear chosen one, have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Whispers follow your footsteps. Glances exchange when you speak. That sensation when multiple people join forces against you isn't just uncomfortable, it's heartbreaking. Perhaps it happened at your workplace, where colleagues collaborated to undermine your contributions. Maybe it was family members who questioned your decisions at every turn, or friends who slowly excluded you from their circle, making you feel like an outsider looking in. That coordinated effort to make you doubt yourself, to push you toward removing yourself from your rightful place. It carries spiritual significance beyond what meets the eye. But here's the beautiful truth. When others scheme against you, God is already working on your vindication. The very opposition meant to destroy you becomes a foundation for your elevation. And now, someone is witnessing the truth. Eyes are opening. The same group that united against you is watching as God's favor illuminates your path. If this message speaks to your spirit, hit that subscribe button now to join our faith community as we uncover how God transforms opposition into opportunity. Your perseverance hasn't been in vain. It's been preparing you for this moment of divine revelation. When a group bands together against you, recognize this truth. You're experiencing more than human conflict. You're witnessing spiritual warfare manifesting through people. The enemy recognizes a divine calling on your life and strategically positions opposition to derail your purpose. Think about it. Why would multiple individuals suddenly align against you? What threatens them so deeply about your presence? Your light, your potential, your anointing. Joseph understood this reality when his brothers conspired against him. David felt it when King Saul and his men hunted him through the wilderness. Daniel experienced it when officials plotted his downfall in Babylon. Each faced coordinated opposition because their destinies carried kingdom significance. The enemy doesn't waste resources attacking those without purpose. When you face unified resistance, it often confirms you're walking in alignment with God's plan. The opposition isn't random, it's strategic. When people try to make you remove yourself, they're unknowingly fulfilling a spiritual agenda. The enemy uses intimidation, isolation, and invalidation to convince you to abandon your post before your breakthrough arrives. But here's your advantage: awareness. Recognizing the spiritual dimension of your struggle changes how you respond. Instead of fighting people, you begin addressing the root spiritual forces through prayer, faith, and standing firm on God's promises. Your opposition isn't just about workplace politics or social dynamics. It's a battlefield where your destiny is at stake. And God has equipped you with everything needed to stand your ground until vindication comes. Remember, the size of your opposition often reveals the significance of your assignment. Stay steadfast. Your breakthrough is approaching. Divine timing operates on a different calendar than human expectation. When others gang up against you, your natural instinct demands immediate justice. You want vindication now. You need others to see the truth today. But God's perspective transcends our limited vision. What appears as delay is often divine development. What feels like abandonment is actually careful positioning. In the waiting, something precious develops. Character forms. Wisdom deepens. Faith strengthens. Patience matures. These qualities can only develop under pressure. They're forged in the furnace of opposition. Consider Joseph's journey from the pit to the palace. 13 years separated his brother's betrayal from his elevation to leadership. During those years, falsely accused and forgotten, Joseph might have questioned God's timing. Yet each delay positioned him perfectly for a purpose greater than he could envision. Now, someone is seeing the truth about your situation. Eyes are opening. Perspectives are shifting. This reveals an important principle. God doesn't just vindicate you. He ensures witnesses to your vindication. People who once believed the narrative against you are beginning to question it. Why now? Because you've passed the test of the waiting season. You've demonstrated faithfulness when no one was watching. You've maintained integrity when compromise seemed easier. The timing of your vindication isn't random, it's strategic. God allowed the opposition long enough to reveal what was truly in people's hearts, including yours. He permitted the pressure until it produced the necessary growth in your spirit. Your breakthrough arrives not a moment too soon or too late. Trust His timing. The wait strengthens your readiness to handle the blessing approaching. When others gang up against you, your response reveals your character. Will you retaliate? Will you compromise your values to fit in? Will you abandon your post because it feels too difficult to remain? Integrity means maintaining your godly standards even when mistreated. It means speaking truth when lies circulate. It means continuing excellent work even when others undermine your efforts. Joseph maintained integrity as a slave in Potiphar's house. When tempted by Potiphar's wife, he refused to compromise, saying, "How could I do this great wickedness and sin against God?" His integrity cost him temporarily, but positioned him permanently. Your integrity during opposition becomes your testimony afterward. Those watching from the sidelines notice how you respond under pressure. They observe whether your faith remains consistent when tested. Practical steps for walking in integrity. First, guard your speech. Resist the urge to defend yourself constantly or speak negatively about your opposition. Let your character speak louder than your words. Second, maintain excellence in your responsibilities. Continue giving your best effort even when others attempt to diminish your contribution. Third, preserve a clean conscience before God. Make choices you won't regret when vindication arrives. Fourth, forgive privately before reconciliation occurs publicly. Release the offense so bitterness doesn't corrupt your spirit. Fifth, continue serving others generously despite your personal pain. Your integrity isn't just about surviving opposition. It's about thriving afterward with your character intact. When someone finally sees the truth, let them find you standing firmly on godly principles, unwavering in your commitment to righteousness. This steadfastness becomes a foundation for your future elevation. Opposition serves as God's refining fire, revealing, purifying, and strengthening your faith. When multiple people align against you, God uses that pressure to transform you from the inside out. Gold requires intense heat to separate impurities from its true value. Similarly, opposition reveals what's genuinely within you. Under pressure, hidden attitudes surface. Unresolved issues emerge. Pride, fear, insecurity, and unforgiveness become visible. This revelation isn't punishment, it's purification. God exposes these areas not to condemn you, but to cleanse you. Each revealed weakness becomes an opportunity for divine strengthening. The Apostle Paul understood this principle when he wrote about finding strength in weakness. When you acknowledge your limitations revealed through opposition, God's power flows more freely through your life. Your dependency shifts from self-sufficiency to God's sufficiency. Opposition also develops spiritual muscles that comfort cannot build. Faith grows stronger when tested. Perseverance deepens through challenges. Compassion expands through personal pain. Wisdom increases through difficult experiences. These qualities prepare you for the purpose ahead, the leadership position, the ministry opportunity, the business breakthrough, the relationship restoration. God knows the qualities you'll need for your next season and allows opposition to develop them now. Remember Moses, who spent 40 years in wilderness obscurity before leading Israel to freedom. Those years weren't wasted. They were preparation. The opposition molded him into the leader God required. Your current struggle isn't meaningless suffering. It's purposeful refining. Each difficult day purifies your character, strengthens your resolve, and prepares you for greater effectiveness in your calling. Embrace the refining process. Your greatest transformation occurs in these challenging seasons. Opposition from groups requires spiritual counteraction. When facing coordinated attacks on your position, character, or purpose, physical strategies alone prove insufficient. You need spiritual weapons that dismantle the true source of opposition. First, establish a consistent prayer routine. Prayer shifts the battlefield from visible to invisible realms where true victory begins. Don't just pray reactive prayers when attacks intensify. Maintain proactive communication with God daily. Early mornings provide sacred space to align your spirit before confronting opposition. Second, declare God's promises over your situation. When negative words surround you, counteract them by speaking faith-filled declarations. Your words create spiritual atmosphere. Fill your environment with truth that dismantles lies. Third, implement strategic fasting. Fasting heightens spiritual sensitivity and breaks stubborn strongholds. Even short periods without food demonstrate your prioritization of spiritual breakthrough over physical comfort. Fourth, worship continuously, especially when circumstances seem worst. Worship shifts your focus from human opposition to divine perspective. It reminds your spirit of God's faithfulness despite current challenges. Fifth, create boundaries around your spiritual input. Guard what enters your eyes and ears during seasons of opposition. Limit negative voices while increasing exposure to faith-building messages. 6. Activate the power of community. Connect with believers who strengthen rather than drain your faith. Share your struggle honestly with trusted spiritual companions who will intercede when your own prayers feel weak. 7. Practice gratitude intentionally. Thankfulness counters the bitterness opposition tries to plant. Daily identify specific blessings despite your challenges. These weapons effectively dismantle opposition because they address the spiritual roots beneath human conflicts. Deploy them consistently. Your breakthrough depends on spiritual persistence more than human effort. The moment arrives when someone begins seeing the truth. Perhaps a colleague notices a discrepancy between accusations against you and your consistent character. Maybe a family member questions a narrative they previously accepted, or a friend recognizes manipulation occurring behind the scenes. This moment marks the beginning of divine vindication, God revealing truth that opposition tried to conceal. It confirms that your patient endurance wasn't wasted. The seeds of integrity you planted through difficult seasons now bear fruit in changed perspectives. How should you respond when vindication begins? First, resist the urge for triumphant declarations or "I told you so" moments. Let God's vindication speak for itself without your amplification. Your quiet dignity during this phase powerfully testifies to your spiritual maturity. Second, recognize that partial vindication often precedes complete restoration. One person seeing truth today prepares the way for broader revelation tomorrow. God frequently works through progressive unveiling rather than instant exposure. Third, understand the purpose behind witnesses to your vindication. They serve as divine confirmation of your positioning and preparation for what comes next. They also become advocates who help restore what opposition damaged. Fourth, maintain gratitude toward God rather than focusing on human validation. While appreciation for those who acknowledge truth remains appropriate, remember the ultimate source of your vindication. Vindication reveals God's faithfulness more than your righteousness. It demonstrates His promise to defend those who trust Him while exposing what occurs in darkness. When someone finally sees the truth about your situation, recognize this as divine timing. The perfect moment has arrived for truth to emerge and purpose to advance. Opposition wasn't meant to destroy you. It was permitted to develop you. Now, as vindication unfolds, step into your purpose with newfound authority and wisdom. The very experience designed to remove you becomes a platform that elevates you. First, recognize the unique perspective you've gained. Your opposition journey equipped you with insights unavailable through comfortable paths. You understand human nature more deeply. You perceive spiritual dynamics more clearly. You recognize genuine support more readily. Second, embrace the authority that emerges from overcoming. Opposition creates spiritual authority that easy paths cannot produce. Joseph's prison experience qualified him for palace leadership. David's wilderness years prepared him for kingdom governance. Your struggle similarly qualifies you for greater influence. Third, approach your purpose with confidence refined by testing. Before opposition, your confidence may have rested on untested abilities. Now it stands on proven faithfulness through difficulty. This unshakable confidence attracts divine opportunities. Fourth, leverage your experience to help others facing similar challenges. Your testimony provides both warning and encouragement. Share wisdom gained through opposition to strengthen others on parallel journeys. Fifth, move forward without the constraints of bitterness or victimhood. Opposition attempted to define your identity through negative experiences. Reject these limitations by embracing your God-given identity and calling. 6. Expect accelerated restoration and blessing. God often compensates for opposition seasons through multiplied favor afterward. Position yourself to receive the double portion blessing reserved for those who endured. Your opposition wasn't random. It was strategic preparation for this moment. Now, step fully into your purpose with the strength, wisdom, and authority that only comes through overcoming. Your greatest contribution emerges from your deepest challenges. Chosen one, hear this truth. The group that ganged up against you underestimated both your resilience and your God. They saw what appeared vulnerable but missed what remained invincible. Your spirit anchored in divine purpose. Their coordinated efforts revealed more about their fear than your failings. Their attempts to make you remove yourself exposed their recognition of the threat your presence posed to the status quo. Your light disrupted their darkness. Your authenticity challenged their pretense. Your anointing threatened their control. Now, as someone witnesses a truth, recognize this as just the beginning of your vindication story. God never allows opposition without orchestrating greater opportunity on its heels. The crushing was permitted because the crowning approaches. Stand tall in this moment. Walk confidently toward the purpose opposition tried to prevent. The scars from your battle become credentials for your calling. The wisdom from your waiting becomes guidance for your going. Remember Joseph's declaration to his brothers. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good. The coordinated opposition against you similarly transforms into coordinated blessing through divine intervention. Your darkest moments prepare you for your brightest future. Your deepest pain qualifies you for your highest purpose. Your faithful endurance ensures your fullest elevation. Rise, chosen one. Your vindication isn't just coming, it's already begun. If this message resonated with your spirit, subscribe now and join our community of overcomers. Share it with someone battling opposition today. Drop a comment sharing how God vindicated you after others ganged up against you. Remember, your testimony strengthens fellow believers walking through similar valleys. God's truth always prevails.